Good evening. I'm going to do a shave video, and the razor I'm using is a rare razor. I went on YouTube, and there's very few, I'm talking only a couple that I've run across that shavers make a video using this particular razor, which brings me here tonight. In addition, the way you need to put the blade in the razor, which I found out after I purchased it. So that is really the main reason for this video. But let me first get started with the products. Fall is coming, so it's time to break out some fall scents. And when I was over in London, I smelt this in Arlington, and Arlington smells a lot like Razor Rock Triple X. To give you an idea, if anyone smelt Razor Rock's Triple X, but have not smelled D.R. Harrison's Arlington. So that's kind of a summer scent, and I also put my nose on Windsor, and I really liked it. I liked Arlington a little bit better, but with fall and winter approaching, I chose to recently purchase Windsor, D.R. Harris Windsor. I bought a refill puck for half the price, more than half the price of what I would have paid for if I got the wooden bowl. And I had an extra Razor Rock Triple X container because I go through that stuff. The brush I'll be using is a Simpson Badger 3 Commodore Best Badger. It's a really nice brush. And I will follow the shave up with the D.R. Harrison Windsor Aftershave Milk or Balm. And I'm starting to take a liking to balms. I still got my aftershaves, so I'm not parting with them. Wet my face. That's a tallow-based triple mill soap. And I'll whip my lather up today, or this evening, in this Protocol Old Spice vintage mug. It's really nice. And the reason for the video is this bad boy right here, the Schick Injector Type F. Beautiful. I got into single edge razors, and I learned about this razor. I took an interest in Schick razors, and someone told me if you want to get one, if you can get your hands on one of these, that's the one you want to get. They're collector's items. It was built in 1941, if I'm not mistaken. Chime in on the comments below. But they were only made for a couple months. World War II was approaching, and the precious alloy metal and the copper that they made using these was more needed going toward the war efforts for the United States. So they stopped the production of these and never made them again. But man, it's the most beautiful and prettiest of any of the Schick injectors. But what I learned about this after I bought it and shaved with it the first time brings us to our discussion during the shave. So let me just stop right there, and then we'll get into the shave. Let me work up my lather. I love wet shaving. I'm sure you do too watching this video. Alright. I would categorize this from a mild, in between a mild and aggressive. Seems to be very safe. Definitely feel the razor doing its job. Not as much feedback as you would get from a conventional single edge. Schick Type F injectable razor. Doing lovely. Lovely old chop. Old British shave. Just noticed that. If you buy one, you want to make sure these blade rests are good, not missing, bent. Might be something you want to ask the seller that you want closer pictures of. Because those run anywhere from $120 to $150. Not very many of them out there. Go to YouTube and YouTube Schick Type F, and you'll see hardly any, maybe one or two people shaving with them. I know Geo Fat Boy's got one. Alright, why are we here tonight? After buying the razor, I learned that that particular Schick injector can be difficult loading the blade. And first time I used it, before I seen that, and it was brought to my attention, I had a problem loading the blade. And honestly, after I used it, I'm like, man, I was expecting a little more out of that razor than what I just experienced. So I posted a picture of mail call to the Surf Single Edge Razor Fans Facebook page. And a guy came back saying, you got to be careful with those particular razors because they are hard to load the blade into and they end up dulling the blade. And no sooner than he said that, I'm like, no kidding. Because when I loaded the first blade into that injector, Type F Schick, it was canked. It went in to where the entrance of the blade was going in an upward position. I didn't realize that, but you think about it. I drew this diagram. If I injected the blade and it was going in this way, the edge was dragging on the inside of this blade guard that I said make sure they're intact if you order one. So as the blade was going through like that, I was dulling the blade, and then it was basically like that. And then once I pulled the injector out, it was stuck in there, and I had to push this side down and position that side. Make a long story short, that blade got dulled going across. The second time I loaded it, after I brought it to my attention, I'm like, I'm going to be a whole lot more careful. I did it, and I had issues to where it was, it wasn't going in there good. It's a very tight fit. Once I got it in there, then I couldn't push it down into its resting position behind the guards. So the third blade in this particular shave, what I did, I very carefully inserted the blade, injected it, and I made sure the edge stayed above both of the blade guards. And as I got it in all the way across, and when I pulled the injector out, this side went down as it's supposed to where this one was pretty much like that. And all I simply had to do with the injector itself, I took the tip and I put it on the very tip of the blade where that lead is on the pencil, and I slowly moved it down into its proper position to where that edge was not damaged whatsoever. So don't push or inject the edge of the true edge of the, I'm reading this backwards, blade through the end blade guards. to prevent from dulling your blades. So I broke that down Barney style. I hope y'all understood that. Just make sure you are slowly and very carefully watching, injecting that blade as it's going in. There are two videos that I've seen on YouTube showing how to inject a blade in a Schick. They're not Type Fs that were used, but one of them, the guy was struggling, and I don't know what type he had. And they say the Type Fs are the hardest to load, but by far the prettiest and the most collectors of all of Schick. So I hope you learned something out of that video, and don't turn me off. I still got 2 more passes to go. Just enjoy that Windsor. D.R. Harrison Windsor, man. That's some good soap. Just a nice manly scent. Kind of slight, maybe a slight scent of floral in there. It's a clean classic. Across the grain. For you who watch, thanks for tuning in. My subscribers have grown up to almost 450. I was about ready to hang it up. It's a comfortable shave. Probably could get 3, maybe 4 shaves out of these Schick blades. They're easy to buy, find on eBay. The thing I miss about straight razors when I use one of these type of razors or a single edge is I miss my fool's pass underneath my nose. Alright, figured out how to get a BBS up underneath there. Sure y'all can hear that. Soap does have some slickness to it. That's when you can tell if it's really, you know, a good slick soap. Is the residual slickness. Going over an area that doesn't appear to have soap on there because you shaved already, but it's still a residual. Did I say that right? Still film on there. Really like the classic soaps. That's a beautiful lather. Absolutely beautiful. The peaks in that. Man. Get what you pay for. That is just a pretty razor. Look at that. It's, whoo. I found that on Etsy. It was in the Seattle, Washington area. Getting brave, ain't I? Any place I never want to miss is around my lip. Nothing worse shaving and then being done and then rubbing your tongue or something and feel like, oh man, I missed that stubble. Any of y'all ever did that? You got to deal with it the rest of the day. Alright. Thoughts about this razor? If you can find one, get it. Couldn't see what I was just doing then. Gets up underneath there pretty close. Better stop while I'm ahead. Ooh, pretty. Nice shade. Okay, so the problem was, first time I used that, it was a dull blade. User error, didn't know any better. Why those are harder to load than other Schick razors, that I can't tell you. Yeah, why not? A little touch up. Now that's slick. That's slick, people. That's good soap. Good soap. I will be honest with you, right in this area right here, right there, well, just this area, this side, my straight razor does better than single razors. Just that one area. Lovely. Lovely. The Schick Type F. Very rare. Be careful loading the blade. Be careful loading the blade. Alright. Everybody knows my routine. I get more questions asked about, what is this? That's just a stupid label that I made. I put it on old Tiger, in a empty Tiger bottle that I had. I don't much care for it. But anyways, this is my face tonic, I call it. It's do-it-yourself skin tan. You can pause it if you want, but I'm going to put the ingredients and instructions how to make that. Man, that is BBS. Nice shave. I'm going to squirt some more of my skin tint on there, slicking it up. Oh, yeah. And following it up, this is really milky, really milky. Look at that. Oops, whoops. I need it to run down my arm. Oh man, that is smooth as a baby's butt. Man, this stuff smells good. Alright, man. Wet shavers, thanks for watching. I just wanted to add all that additional information, which was the purpose behind the shave. One thing else I'll add, this is alcohol. This is an old small Yankee candle that I took the label off, put rubbing alcohol in there. I'll just set that in there, let it sterilize for a little bit, shake it out, blow it dry, wipe it off a little bit, stow it away till the next time. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope it was informative. How to load a Schick Type F injector razor with the blade without dulling it, because they're phenomenal razors. But if you didn't know what I just covered, like myself, the first time I used it, you can find yourself shaking your head, highly disappointed, thinking to yourself, this razor is a dud. I'm getting ready to put it back on the market because it did nothing for me. Don't allow your shaver error to cause a bad mistake. I just showed you how to fix the problem. Other than that, Labor Day weekend, be safe, enjoy time with the family, and shave on.